Hey, it's Greg from Pearl City Antiques, and we're continuing our video series on different movements in antique furniture. We started the series talking about Queen Anne furniture that was from the early 18th century, and now we're expanding that series to include this next episode, which is on Chippendale style furniture. So Chippendale furniture is actually named after a person, Thomas Chippendale, who wrote a book in the early 1700s. And the book was titled The Gentleman and the Cabinet Maker's Director. And this book was a seminal work of the time, and it laid out this like new aesthetic that that they were taking these graceful forms from the Queen Anne style, incorporating a little bit more ornamentation, a little bit more hand-carved work, more intricate scroll work in the chairs and in the pieces. You'll see much more like acanthus leaf carvings and more detail in the Chippendale style rather than the more graceful and more simplified Queen Anne style. So the Chippendale style took all kinds of different influences from around the world. England was very much this center of fashion in the time. They took all of these influences in from like Chinese pieces and French Rococo style and even Gothic influences, and they incorporated it, you know, based on Thomas Chippendale's book. They incorporated these different styles into this new aesthetic. So Chippendale furniture can be identified most readily by the style of legs for chairs and case good pieces like highboys, etc. Very much so identified by the ball and claw foot, which was a very important motif in Chippendale furniture, but also like when you look at the chairs, rather than just having the very graceful lines of the Queen Anne style, you'll see much more intricate scroll work. You'll see the splats for the chairs, which are the central vertical piece in the back of a chair. The splat would have typically have piercings or cutouts, if you will, like in the splat that forms, you know, very intricate patterns. You'll see ribbon back chairs and very ornately scrolled and carved details on the crest rails of the chairs. It wasn't over the top. The Chippendale style was definitely not over the top. It was very graceful and well done and very beautiful, but definitely a departure from the Queen Anne style that was predominant before. Chippendale furniture took on more like bold woods. You'll see a lot more mahogany in the Chippendale style, dark woods like walnut. You'll see a lot more like bold colors in the Chippendale style, where Queen Anne was much more restrained in that way. So there are many different characteristics, many ways that you can look at these early 18th century movements in furniture, but it's important for us to understand that as this was happening in England, so it was happening in colonial America as well. So the American furniture designers were very much making their pieces in keeping with the latest trends in England. So you can see this very same influence in American furniture making and design. And the most refined makers in America, early America, produce some very fine examples of Chippendale furniture. So just in summary, I just wanted to wrap up and tell you guys that, you know, this movement, although not like a huge departure from Queen Anne, is definitely distinguishable by the legs, by the ornamentation, and you know, these characteristic design elements like the different woods that they chose and those kinds of things. We have a lot of great examples of early Chippendale pieces here at Pearl City Antiques. You'll see it in our inventory. And we'd love to help you. Like if you have any questions about a piece that you might have, or what style, was it produced in, and how would it match in your home, we would love to help you answer those kinds of questions. We do specialize in helping people furnish period homes. So many people want to honor their home with period correct furnishings, or furnishings that are in the correct style of their home. So we would love to help you with that as well. But if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments. We'd love to answer them for you, or reach out to us at pearlcityantiques.com.